Okay, I'm working on my turtle motif and I've just finished row 3. So you can see here's row 3. I have 1, 2, 3 box stitches. When I finished it was like this, so it kind of matched up to my diagram. And now we are working on row 4. So row 3 I worked from the top to the bottom. So row 4 we're working from the bottom to the top. So notice in row 4 I'm going to work 1 white box stitch, 1 light green, and then 2 more whites. Now these 2 more whites will require a separate bobbin because the bobbin that I'm using for the first stitch is going to continue on the bottom of the turtle. This bobbin will continue on the top of the turtle. And then I'll need a bobbin for the light green as well. Okay, now row 4 is an increase row. So I'll start like I normally do for increase rows. Let me put this aside. So we are going to chain 6, and then I'm going to skip the last 3 chains and double crochet in the next 3 chains. And this is going to be my 1 single white box stitch. So that was 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And then I kind of rotate the piece so that I can slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 of that previous box stitch. And this is where I'm actually going to change colors. So normally I'd yarn over and pull the white through, but I'm going to pull my new color through. So it is the light green. And I have a little bobbin of light green here. So I'm going to yarn over with the light green, and I kind of just loop it over. You don't have to set up your hands quite yet, and just pull that through. Okay, it's going to be a little loose. Make sure you have a long enough tail to weave in later. And then I'm going to chain 3 with the new color, and then work the box stitch in green. Now, I like to work over the tail. That saves me a little extra step of weaving in the end later. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that chain space, make sure it's under the tail, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and I'll do that 2 more times. Okay, so that was my 1 box stitch in the light green. And then I want to slip stitch in the top of the next stitch, but this time I'm going to change to white. And I need another bobbin for white. So I have a really big bobbin here because I didn't feel like measuring, but you would probably, depending on your personality and how organized you are, you might want to measure out everything ahead of time. I'm going to find the end for this bobbin, and I'm going to use that to complete the last 2 box stitches. Okay, so I yarned over with the white and pulled through. Then I'm going to chain 3 with my new white. And then I'm going to work around the tail as well and do my 3 double crochets in that chain space. And if working over the tail is too difficult, you don't have to do that. I just do it to save me an additional step later, but it is optional. And then I'll slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 of this stitch, chain 3, and then do my 3 double crochets in that chain space. So you can see once you get the hang of corner to corner crochet, it's really rhythmic, right? You're doing the same thing over and over again, but the color adds a little bit of an excitement factor. Okay, so now let's look at our chart and see where we are. So I just worked this way. So if I line it up, this is the part that I completed, right? I did 1 in white, 1 in light green, and then 2 in white. And so this is where I'm at. And I like to mark this off just so I can keep track of where I am. And then on row 5, I'll show you how you can work over long floats because we ended the light green yarn here, but I want to use it for this stitch. So I'll show you how to do that in an easy way.